Hi there everyone. I'm Revision Richard and I'm here to help you. Today we are going to look at the topic of Christian attitudes towards war and peace. To understand this topic we need to look at a real-life situation. Let's go. Let's start by looking at some of the reasons a Christian would support war. In the Bible it says in the book of Joel, prepare for war, stir up the men. That's all very well, soldier, but remember in the exam you need to explain how a Christian can use these quotes to support their view. Sorry Richard, basically I think this reference shows that it is acceptable to fight in a war because the Bible is the Word of God. Remember that it also says in the book of Joel that a person should be ready to turn their plowshares into a sword. A Christian can use this to argue that it is acceptable to fight in a war if the need arises.
As a Christian I think war is acceptable if it agrees with the conditions set out in the just war theory.
But how does the just war theory relate to Christianity? Who are you?
I'm St. Thomas Aquinas. I came up with the just war theory, and because I am a Christian, Christians can use it to support war.
Now we have looked at some reasons why a Christian might think war is acceptable. Let's look at why other Christians might think war is wrong. Some Christians argue that war does not fit in with Christian teachings. It is a sad consequence of war that people die. This goes against the teachings in the Ten Commandments, which states you shall not murder. The Ten Commandments are rules given to people by God, and as a result some Christians believe that they should never be broken. Many Christians use the teachings of Jesus to oppose war. So let's ask the man himself why his teachings can be used in this way. Jesus, you said to people, love your neighbor. Should Christians see this as a teaching that tells them not to go to war?
Yes, your neighbor is any other human being. To hurt them is wrong, even in war.
What do you mean?
I mean that people who are peaceful are acting in the right way.
How would a Christian put this into practice?
They could refuse to fight in a war, or if a war has started, pray for peace.
Remember, someone who refuses to fight in a war is called a pacifist. Examiners just love those key words.
Quakers are a good example to use when you talk about pacifists, as many of them refused to fight in the world wars. Some gave medical help, but others did nothing to support the war.
Thanks Jesus. But leave the revision tips to me. Now, Jesus, is it true your teachings can also be used to support the use of violence?
Possibly. Once when I was in Jerusalem I violently turned over the tables of the money changers outside the temple.
And how have Christians used this to say war is okay?
They say that when you see something that is wrong you sometimes have to use violence to show it is wrong and stop it.
I see. Would it be fair to say that your teachings could be used for and against war?
More against than for. But yes, I suppose so.
Thanks for your help. Bye Jesus.
Bye.
Now there is just one more teaching for us to have a look at. Christians believe that they should show unconditional love to living beings all over the world. If you go to war with another country, you are not showing unconditional love to others. Let's go back to the classroom and look at how to do well in exam questions about war and peace. Now we know the information, let's think about what the examiners are looking for. Don't generalize. You shouldn't say all Christians believe something, because as we have seen they don't. Saying some Christians believe shows the examiner that you understand that not all Christians believe the same thing. Using Bible teaching shows the examiner that you understand why Christians hold certain perspectives. But you need to explain why the Bible is a source of authority for Christians. It is important to show the examiner that you understand that different groups of Christians respond to war in different ways. Some are for, some are against. If you can name specific groups, for instance Quakers, you will show more knowledge. Include your own view. This shows the examiner you thought about the issues. Make sure you explain your points clearly. Thanks for watching, folks. I'm off for a cup of tea.